resolution has a fairly drastic effect on the file size. And that makes sense. How many pixels you're storing inside of any given frame can shrink or grow depending on your resolution, and that's going to shrink or grow the amount of data that you need to store it. So a 4K file is going to be about 4 times as large as a 1080p file. You're storing 4,000 pixels per frame instead of 1,080. Let's just have a look at exactly what this means in terms of what you're looking at, as well as the size difference. If I open up the original 4K file here, and I play it around 30 seconds, we'll take a look. This is a standard 4K video, and it's recorded at 60 frames a second, so it's going to be a little bit smoother than the 1080p file, because once it's converted to 1080p, I've dropped it back to 24 frames to save even a little more space. Now, since the delivery format is in 1080p, you're likely watching this in standard high def over the web. You're not really noticing the benefit of the 4K. So if I just play this 1080p file now, you don't really see that much in terms of pixelation or anything that's cropping up as an issue. The detail's all still there. It's got a bit more of a cool artistic film blur to it because it's in 24 frames a second now. But if I pop up the standard def, now the reason why it's going to look all pixelated as you see here is because the standard def file size, the frame size, is not as big as what you're looking at now. This is actually standard def, enhanced so that it's the same size. So you can see there's a lot of interference. It looks like a little digital noise. That's what you're getting, is that you have a lot less pixels. So with less pixels to represent the image, everything looks a little more pixelated. If I wanted the standard def file to look good, I'd have to bring it down to about a quarter the size of the 4K file. And now if you look, now it looks kind of normal, but look at the size of it. Now with that comes the file size. So if I open up a Finder window and just look, the original 4K ProRes file is 11.6 gigabytes right there. Now, a high def 1080p file is a little less than half that. So 4.55 gigabytes. We actually gained a little because of the frame rate jump too. I'll take a look at that later on. And the standard def size is not even 1 gigabyte. It's about a third of 1 gigabyte. So you can save a significant amount of space when you're compressing by making sure that you are going only the highest resolution that you need to go. So you might want to keep your source file around and keep that at a high resolution, but you might want to, when you're delivering, if you need to put it on the web for people to download on a mobile device or whatever, you want to really think of your delivery format and the largest device that someone is going to typically watch it on, or highest resolution device people are going to watch your video on, and adjust your frame size, adjust your resolution accordingly, because you could save quite a bit of space that way. If you want to just have a visual representation of the various resolutions and how they compare to each other, here's just a quick offhand description. So we've got our DVD standard sort of 4:3 format there, and your 720p is going to add a lot more pixels horizontally and definitely a few more vertically. When you get to 1080, it's going to be about that size comparatively. And then finally, you can fit 4 1080 frames inside of a single 4K frame. So you can see how the increased size is going to take increased space on your storage device, as well as increased power of your computer to pump out these frames and put them on your screen.